there's anxiety about, well, waiting means that I'm handed a fait accompli. We don't amend the agreement. And meanwhile, we have the head of another government coming to speak to Congress under circumstances that, in my view, are shameful. But nonetheless, he's coming. And he's not keeping his powder dry.
Oh, that's right. Benjamin Netanyahu's not keeping his powder dry. I guess that means he's keeping his powder wet. Welcome to Gimme 5. John Kerry grilled yesterday in the House and talking about Netanyahu and Iran, and his warped logic will be revealed here shortly. Here's some of Kerry.
And he is somebody, as the ranking member indicated, with an existential concern about this. And he says that's going to be a bad agreement. It's so bad, that's why I'm coming to speak to Congress. I've got to go over the heads of the Secretary of State and the President of the United States and plead with Congress and the American public to derail this agreement because it's going to threaten Israel and, frankly, other nations in the region.
All right, the congressman had one more question. He had the floor. Now, John Kerry.
The Prime Minister, as you recall, was profoundly forward-leaning and outspoken about the importance of invading Iraq under George W. Bush, and we all know what happened with that decision.
So he's impugning the foreign policy cred and judgment of Benjamin Netanyahu, saying, well, you know, so Kerry's answer to the fact that Netanyahu believes that this is an existential threat, Iran and their nukes, and Kerry's answer is, well, remember, Netanyahu favored the Iraq War. I'm sorry. Didn't Hillary Clinton and didn't you and others, didn't you all favor the Iraq War? I could play sound bites of John Kerry saying Saddam Hussein must go at the time. This is insanity. They're trying to tear down Netanyahu because he supported the Iraqi war, the war against Iraq. That's his answer? Pathetic. Just pathetic. Here's more.
I talk to him frequently. We work very, very closely together. We are deeply committed. We, this administration, I think we've done more to help Israel. I have a packet of 25 pages or more of things we've done on behalf of Israel in the course of this administration to stand up for it, stand with it, protect, fight back against unfair initiatives. So we won't take a backseat to anybody in our commitment to the State of Israel. But he may have a judgment that just may not be correct here. And, you know, let's wait and hear what he says. I'm not going to prejudge his statement any more than he should prejudge this agreement.
Did you see he had a binder full of favors and good deeds they did for Israel? A binder full of Israel deeds. Isn't that nice? I got 26 pages here of things we've done for Israel. What, does he carry it around with him? Ay, ay, ay. All right. And now, Charles Krauthammer, ladies and gentlemen. Charles Krauthammer on Fox News, after hearing that, laid it out for the whole world to see and hear.
Well, at the same time, John Kerry himself was in a position of influence. He was a senator. He supported the war. He voted for the war. A year later, when he ran for the presidency, he continued support of the war. So we perhaps, by Kerry's own logic, we ought to be questioning his judgment.
Right. So Kerry is questioning the judgment of Prime Minister Netanyahu on this Iran agreement. When Israel has some of the most sophisticated intelligence in the world, and he's questioning that degree of judgment on the part of Netanyahu because Netanyahu supported the war against Iraq under George W. Bush. Who was he at the time that he supported the war in Iraq? Kerry was a U.S. senator at the time and voted for the war in Iraq. So what does that say about his judgment by his own standard? Folks, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Your Newsmax Now Update is next.